All right, y'all. All right. Y'all already see what it is. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. They shut us down. They shut us down. Right as we're talking about censorship, they shut us down, which lets you know how highly significant this conversation is. Right in the midst of having a conversation about censorship, what did they do with this platform? Did they not censor us? Did you not see it for yourself? This is why, we have to galvanize, we have to organize because the power is obviously, or maybe not, the power is always with the people. But if the people are not organized, and if the people are unwilling to galvanize, then we in trouble. Then we definitely in trouble. Shout out to you, Mikello. I see you, my brother. I see you. Shalom. Shalom. So yeah, they just shut down our live stream. That's interesting. They just shut down our live stream. That's interesting. That's interesting. You know what I mean? That's interesting. But again, you could expect that to happen. You could expect that to happen. Good thing I wasn't monetizing that live stream at all because then my channel could have been severely affected. They could have actually gave me a copyright strike. But I did not and was not monetizing, so there was no way for them to give me a copyright strike. Every time I go live, it's not about monetization. Most people that go live actually care about investing in the information. All right. So we're gonna still deal with the topic though. We're not gonna allow, a couple of hangups to throw us off. We're not gonna do that. Nah, we're not gonna let them slide. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're not gonna let them slide. I'm gonna just mosey on over here with this. Probably make this a little smaller. Let me see. Can I make this a little smaller? Yeah, I'll make that a little smaller. Put that right there. And we do like that. Put that right there and we do like that. Let me see again. There we go. I like that. Yeah, put it right there and we do it like that. All right, and we do it like that. And in fact, put it right in that corner. Boom. Boom. Put it right in that corner. Boom. So again, y'all, let me put in the calling number on the screen because for everybody that was watching that last live and all that information that came out and y'all saw us get shut down, god damn, y'all should have a lot to say about that. So let me put in the caller number. Here we go. Caller number 718-709-9859. That's the call-in number that I'm putting in the chat room right now. And I'm going to pin it to the chat. Pin it to the chat so that everybody could see. All right. And I even put it up for a little bit. So again, y'all, this is serious. This is serious. The implications of what happened yesterday is no joke. Most of us already been speculating, right, about what is going on with YouTube. And how many of you guys ever posted on, matter of fact, I'm not going to say ever. How many of you guys posted something recently on Facebook or Instagram, but especially Facebook, and you were told, do that again and it's your ass? How many of y'all posted something recently on Facebook and you was told, do that again and it's your ass? Meaning they messaged you and told you that you are in violation of their community guidelines. I want to hear from all of y'all. If that happened to you, I want you to call in. I want you to call in and tell us what happened. I want you to tell us also, more importantly, I want you to tell us what you posted. I want you to call in and tell us what happened. I also want you to call in and tell us what exactly did you post. Call in and tell us what exactly did you post, because that happened to me a couple of times in the last 2 months. And I don't go hard on social media because I got intelligence and I know you go hard on social media on certain topics and they're going to shut down your page. And then now you lose an avenue where your voice is heard. So I'm intelligent enough to know just how much to say on social media and what not to say on social media. And everything else that I got to say, I find other avenues and outlets to get that out. Saying that to say, if I do post something on social media, I feel I can because I know that I'm very tactful and mindful of what and how social media can be used. Of what and how social media can be used. Hold on one second. So with that being said, y'all, I posted something about 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't nothing crazy at all. And they hollered at me in my inbox, and they said, "Post that again, and it's your ass." Nah, pause. They said, "Post that again, and you will be in violation of our community guidelines. And if we catch you doing it again, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem." And just as Ashley said, she said there was nothing worthy of shutting you down just now. Of course not. Of course not, Ashley. There was nothing worthy of them shutting me down the way that they did just now. Of course not. But they still did it. Yup. They still did it. They still did it. So this is what I said. If we're not organized, if we're not galvanized, we in trouble. We in trouble. But let's talk about some of the particulars real quick, right? Remember, guys, the call-in number is pinned to the chat. The call-in number is pinned to the chat. Did I? Hold on. Hold on. All right, now it's on. My apologies. The call-in number is pinned to the chat. All right, the call-in number is pinned to the chat. I just pinned it to the chat. All right, the call number is pinned to the chat. I want to know, what specifically did you guys post on social media recently that had Instagram or Facebook reach out to you to tell you, post that again and it's your ass? I want y'all to tell me. You said mama always said truth is treated like poison. Absolutely. Absolutely. Truth becomes poison, right? To those who are afraid of the truth. Truth becomes poison to those who don't want the truth out. So, absolutely. Absolutely. How is it that we are being censored all throughout social media when we post inspiring and uplifting quotes about Black liberation and the Black struggle? We're being censored all through social media for doing that. But there's literally pedophile rings running loose on social media. You could get a message on your Instagram. How many of you right now can honestly say, right in your Instagram timeline when you posting things, you getting comments from like people that got sexual Instagram accounts where they're like, I guess, selling sex? That's crazy. How about y'all censor that shit? If you're gonna censor anything, how about y'all censor that shit? And even YouTube, because it's getting crazy out here, even in these YouTube streets. YouTube just blocked a video that I had up, right? Shout out to YouTube. They just blocked the video I had up. But I got a question, YouTube. Why you don't keep that same energy when those sex bots come on my YouTube page and leave comments? Why you not blocking that? Why you not blocking the comments? And why you not blocking their accounts? So what we really doing is the question, YouTube, Facebook. What we really doing out here? I know y'all be seeing it. Y'all be like, wait, is that a whole sex bot on dude's comment section in a video? Yup. So why do the major social media outlets allow for it? Why do the major social media outlets allow for it? That's right. That's right. Don't even get me started on this one. The Old Town Road, dude. Don't even get me started on that. That's a whole nother topic. I usually say I got time today, but I don't. That's a whole nother topic. I usually say I got time today, but I don't. That's a whole nother topic, boy. But it's crazy. It's crazy that um it's now being revealed, right, by who is framed as the YouTube whistleblower, is now being revealed something that we pretty much already knew, that Instagram and Facebook has the ability to manipulate their algorithm so as to promote any information that they want promoted and hinder or block any information that they don't want promoted. So what usually happens? Y'all never ask yourself why, and I'm gonna talk about the black community for a moment. Y'all never ask yourself why people like Young Pharaoh go viral before a person like Zion Lex? You ever ask yourself a question why people whose thoughts, ideas, and even teachings are harmful to the community, brother polite, and they go viral on social media, but other empowering black minds, let's say for instance, shout out to the brother, the homie, Rizza Islam, has issues going viral? Why is it that YouTube finds it easier for a Young Pharaoh video and a brother polite video to go viral than a Zion Lex or Rizza Islam? I'll tell you why. Both Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube all have the ability to manipulate their algorithms so as to control what information is being bought and sold, what information is being promoted, and what information they are consciously going to block. They are consciously going to block. And a lot of us are playing right into it. A lot of us are playing right into it. That's right. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Absolutely. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. That's what we're seeing right now. But again, let me check y'all temperature real quick. Because I asked a question on the last live just before they shut me down. I asked, how many of you yesterday, when both Facebook and Instagram was shut down for a couple of hours, how many of y'all went and checked your Wi-Fi? How many of y'all went and called your cable service provider and was like, yo, what's going on, homie? How many of y'all looked at the supervisor and was like, yo, is the Wi-Fi down on the job? How many of y'all was driving and was like, where the hell am I? It's a lit city. It's a busy city. I know they got towers everywhere. Am I having interruption in service? How many of y'all was on it like that yesterday for those couple of hours? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all. I was. I was like, yo, what the hell going on? Then common sense kicked in, right? Common sense kicked in. And I was like, wait, hold on, man. Hold on. Say it ain't so. Let me go on the internet and check the temperature real quick. Because if the internet is down, then Facebook and Instagram is not going to be the only things down. Everything streaming on the internet will be down. So the first thing I looked at on the internet was YouTube. And I saw that new YouTube videos were being uploaded. In fact, I saw people going live on YouTube to talk about the Facebook and Instagram outage. So I knew at that point that the internet wasn't down because people going live on Facebook to talk, going live on YouTube to talk about Facebook and Instagram going down. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me a couple seconds. I'll be right back.
Starting your Locker Natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
Yeah, so you checking your Wi-Fi, let me just tell y'all something. I was bugging out for a good half hour. I ain't gonna lie. It took me like 45 minutes till I figured out what was going on. I ain't gonna lie. I had a slow moment. Y'all could go ham. Y'all could tell y'all jokes. I had a slow people moment. I had a senior moment. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And for 45 minutes, I'm trying all kind of stuff. First thing I did was I turned this phone on and off. Turned it on and off. Then I was like, damn, let me try my tablet. Go to the iPad, turn it on and off. It's like, damn, all right, that ain't it. Check the Wi-Fi signal. Wi-Fi signal is perfect. Call Verizon. We got any outages in the area? Huh? We got any outages in the area? What the hell going on? Doing all this stuff when all I had to do was click on the goddamn internet to see if anything else aside from Facebook and Instagram was affected. So, to be brutally honest with y'all, what happened yesterday should have been a test for all of us. And what was the test? The fact that we all, or most of us, couldn't figure out what the problem was is because we so goddamn hooked and addicted to Facebook and Instagram in particular. All we had to do to figure out what the problem was and is to simply go on the internet to see if everything else on the internet is affected. Why didn't we do that? Because for most of us, the internet literally is Facebook and Instagram. People don't even Google anymore. People don't even Google anymore. When people want knowledge, when people want information, people go on Facebook and type in the search bar. I seen it live in front of me. I seen it live in front of me. Was hanging out with a couple of people not too long ago, and I'm like, "Yo, look this up real quick." And I think homeboy pulled out his Facebook. I'm like, "Yo, why are you going on Facebook, man? Open up the Google browser." And he was like, "Nah, everything is on Facebook." And typed what we were looking at in the Facebook search bar, and sure enough, it came up on Facebook. And he laughed at me. He's a little younger than me. He laughed at me. He was like, "You old man, you still use Google?" I said, "Wait, people don't do that no more?" And he was like, "Yeah, people do it, but I don't like coming off of Facebook." Are y'all hearing me? He said he does not like coming off of Facebook, which leads me to another point. I don't think we realize just how addicted we are to social media. Don't y'all know that social media outlets like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and especially that goddamn TikTok and YouTube, they are designed to keep you on the website 24/7 if they can. They're designed to keep you on their website 24/7 if they can. I hope y'all hearing me because the implications is crazy. I hope y'all hearing me because the implications is crazy. All of the major social media websites and outlets spend millions of dollars. I hope y'all hear me. Millions of dollars think tanking and brainstorming how do we get you to spend more time on social media. All the while, their algorithm is geared towards promoting very specific information your way. So I want y'all to listen to the analysis, the final analysis. All of the major social media networks are spending millions of dollars to ensure that you stay locked in and engaged on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. Listen to me. All the while you're locked in, Their algorithm is controlling what you're seeing, and their policy has access to what you're doing. Because remember, when you go and buy yourself a new phone, most of y'all going out to get this iPhone 13, right? More access. Not trying to shame anybody that got it, but most of y'all going out to get this iPhone 13, right? More access. So watch this. Everybody knows when you go to your service provider, T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, to go get you that new iPhone, that new Samsung, that new whatever, you all know that when you download the apps again, Facebook got a whole lot of questions for you. Can we see this? Can we know this? Can we know all your locations? Can I have access to your diet? Can I have access to the type of women you like? Can I have access to the type of people you hang with? Can I have access to how often you use your debit card versus your credit card? Can I have access to what your worldview is? Because guess what? Even if you don't press allow, that gives them the ability to see your location, the very fact that we use Facebook means they have access to everything I just named. They can tell you how often you use your credit card versus your debit card just by you being on Facebook. They could tell you how often you're going out and socializing with others. Why? Because we all bring those events and experiences right back to Facebook. We bring all the pictures there, right? They're collecting data. They're spending millions of dollars employing people who are gathering information on individual Facebook and Instagram users, and they're using it for profit. But that's the low end. That's the low end. Obviously, they're using that information for profit. How many of y'all went on Amazon, didn't buy nothing, was looking at things, and you opened up Facebook next, and that same thing you just browsed on, spent 15 seconds on Amazon looking at, is all over your Facebook timeline in the form of an ad? But y'all don't hear me. But y'all don't hear me. Is all over your Facebook timeline in the form of an ad. That shit ain't random. That's right, Chonda. That ain't random. It's by design. And I got to tell you, every time it happens, it freaks me out. I remember the first time it happened, I was like, oh, this is interesting. I was just looking at that. Went back on Amazon later on that day, and the same thing happened. I was like, all right, now, shit's a little weird. Went back on Amazon, and it happened again. This time, I intentionally said, let me go on another online marketplace. Let me go on eBay. And let me click on something and look at it for a couple of seconds. And let me see if that pulls up on Facebook today. No joke. Looked at something on eBay of very specific items. I'm into a lot of men, we're into electronics. So I was looking at speakers, microphones for my DJ equipment. I'm looking at different turntables on eBay. And I rarely go on eBay, but I'm on eBay. Less than a half hour later, the same DJ turntables I was looking at on eBay is popping up as an ad on Facebook. Y'all want to know how much more serious it got? I opened up my Google browser and I clicked on an item. And among the choices that came up was my DJ turntables. And the thing I was looking for had nothing to do with DJ turntables. I hope you guys know that there is a multifaceted sharing of information that's going on with these major media outlets. They are gathering information on you, and you, and I. And they are selling that information freely without your knowledge. So, definitely without your permission. I need to know that you're doing this in order to even give the permission. For a long time, Facebook had access to a lot of these things that we normally would want someone to ask our permission for, but we couldn't even think to ask for permission because it wasn't even on our radar that they had access to these things. Right now, I could tell you this right now, definitively. Government agencies, and I'm not going to name them, but various government agencies really don't need to follow you around as they did yesterday to acquire information on you. Various government agencies do not need to communicate with local police departments to find out information on you, nor do they need to interview people who know you. All they need to do is access their government accounts, which is attached to Facebook data. Also, y'all didn't know that various government agencies have access to your data that Facebook and Instagram has been sharing with them for some time now. I hope y'all hear me. I hope y'all hear me. Everything is strategic right now. The Democrats don't like Facebook for their own reasons. The Republicans don't like Facebook right now for their own reasons. But I gotta tell you something. They all in cahoots. Come on. Whether it's Team Blue or Team Red, it's a big gang, right? It's the blood and the Crips with suits and ties. Come on. It's the blood and the Crips all over again. This time with suits and ties. It's all a gang. It's all a gang. They're sharing your information, comparing data, and in a lot of cases, using it against you. Any of y'all ever wondered why you fit all the criteria for the job application that you're filling out for online? You're going through all of the professional outlets. You got your resume on LinkedIn. You got your resume posted on Indeed. You fit the criteria for the jobs you're looking at. But your ass don't never get an email or a phone call about any of those jobs. Because right now, major corporations are also using various Facebook data on you, and I to block and stop your ass from getting certain jobs, to block and stop your ass from getting various credit cards. This is serious. You know, years ago, when you had a little money, you can go out and get an apartment. You could go out and go lease a home. You can go out and go rent to buy. You could go out and go purchase a home. Not today. Not today. You know what's one of the first things that you're asked on the phone and speaking with a real estate agent? Uh, good afternoon, Jamal. Before we get into the particular area and what homes you're looking for, I just want to kind of get straight to the point, Jamal. Uh, how's your credit score? Because according to Facebook, you be looking at a whole bunch of shit on Amazon that your black ass don't ever buy. Huh? Huh? Don DeMarco? Huh? Talk to me. Huh? Talk to me, Don DeMarco. Huh? Because according to Facebook, Your black ass Jamal be looking at a whole bunch of shit on Amazon and you don't never cop nothing. We be trying to help you, Jamal, by also showing your black ass the ads on Facebook, and you still not copping it. So, Jamal, what we really want to know before we look at this gated community that you're inquiring of, what we really want to know, Jamal, uh, stop capping, okay? You're wasting time. You don't got credit. Stop wasting my time. Y'all, I hope y'all know it's getting real serious out here. And for some of us old heads, right? I come from a completely different era. I know a lot of y'all on this live might be 20 years younger than me. A lot of y'all on this live might be 20 years younger than me. This November, I'll be 42 years old. When I was a teenager and I wanted a job, you went to the location and you asked, y'all got any applications? Yo, y'all hiring? Y'all hiring? No, we're not looking for people right now. And who are you? I'm just a worker. Then I don't really care what you got to say. Is a manager, a supervisor around? Bro, I just said they're not hiring. Yo, shut up. If I get hired, I'm gonna snuff you first day. Just know that on my Brooklyn shit. If I get hired, I'm gonna snuff you in the first day because you got a lot of mouth. Let me stop. Real talk though. That's how crazy we was in the 90s. But my point is, when we got jobs in the 90s, we went to the location and we knocked and we said, bro, y'all hiring? And we was told go home and fill out an online application. And they said, here's the app. You fill out the application right there. My daughters right now are 16 years old. I have twin daughters and they just got their working papers and they driving me crazy with all kind of questions I could barely answer because I'm not really familiar with this shit right here. I'm not really familiar with this. I come from an era where you went to the location, you asked for an application, a physical form, right? A physical form that you could hold up, right? And if you were black like me, you had the audacity to show up to the spot with no la pluma, no pen. Your black ass like me had the nerve to show up with no pen. So I need an application. I need one of y'all to take them pens out your shirt. Yo, I told you I'm gonna snuff you. If they hire me, I'm gonna snuff you the first day. Give me that pen, yo. Goddamn pen. And you fill out the application and you hand it over to the supervisor. And I could tell y'all from real experience. For the most part, they could tell you on the spot if you hired. For the most part, they could tell you on the spot if we're going to call you in and consider you. But today online, oh my God. My twin daughters came to me a couple Sundays ago and was like, Abba, Hebrew word for father. Abba, yeah. Can you help us do our online application? This their first job, y'all. They going for their first job. And I'm like, sure, baby girl. I got some applications on Indeed, right? Got some applications on LinkedIn myself. All right. You know what? Let me help you. Start going through this application. They asking these young kids all kind of crazy shit. My daughter is 16. She was going for one of the major fast food chains. I think it was Olive Garden. Y'all know Olive Garden actually had as a question, what's your credit score? Are y'all hearing me? Olive Garden. No, maybe y'all not hearing me. Y'all know that place that got the fettuccine, the pasta, The chicken and fettuccine with the pasta, the bootleg Rasta pasta, white people pasta, Olive Garden. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm Caribbean. I don't really mess with them spots. The bootleg Rasta pasta spot. That's what I call Olive Garden. I live in Brooklyn, New York, where there's a Caribbean bakery and restaurant on every other block. No, we not going to Olive Garden because they got fake Rasta pasta in there. But my daughters want to work there. So I said, all right, let me help you out. And sure enough, they asking them what their credit score do. What's your credit score do? What's your credit score look like? I'm like, what? And guess what? In hindsight, I had to admit something to myself. And let me give y'all something real quick. Facts, Ashley. Don't ask me that now. Ask me that after you give me the goddamn job. Ask. Now watch this. When I looked at that application, I saw that they actually asked my young babies what their credit score looked like. Yes, I was initially a little outraged and upset. Like, what the hell is this? This is mad extra. But then I thought about it. Let me drop some game on y'all real quick. I hope y'all know that you can add your children, right, to your credit card. You can add your children to your debit card. But let's talk credit, of which I have several credit cards. Free game, family. If you add your children as an authorized credit card holder and you are purchasing and making payments on time, and your child is 11, 12, 13, it's highly possible that by the time they're 18, your children could have an 800 credit score. And guess what? I'm capping when I told y'all I knew this because my daughter hit me with the bar. Are y'all hearing me? I'm capping when I say I knew this because my daughter hit me with the ball. She said, but why you ain't been added us on your credit card? And I'm playing stupid. I got a bunch of cards. I'm like, what card? She like, don't play. All them credit cards you got that you like to show off with that little. Let me show y'all something real quick. I got to give y'all the visual so y'all can understand how my daughter hit me with it. Hold on. All right. If any of y'all are friends with me on Facebook, y'all know I'm extra. Even down to the way I dress, I am extra. Facts. I am extra. And I don't like nothing ordinary. I like the fancy things in life. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't like anything ordinary. I like the fancy thing in life. Everything I do got to be a little different from everybody else. That's just always how I was. Not acting brand new, is just always how I was. So while my daughter is telling me, hey, seeing that they asking us about our credit score, it dawned on me, Abba, why is it that you haven't been added us to your credit cards? And I'm like, what you talking about? And she like, don't play, Abba. I'm like, no, I got a bunch of cards. What you talking about? She said, all them credit cards that you like showing off, you got the little button on the side. Can y'all see the little button on the side? Y'all see the little button protruding here? Watch this. Watch this. Oh, he fancy, huh? hold on, y'all. Watch it again. Watch it again, y'all. Watch it again. You see the little button right here? Look. She said, you love pulling out your little credit card, little contraption. Every time we go out somewhere, you can't be like everybody else and go inside your wallet and retrieve your credit card from your wallet. No, Abba. No, you a show off, right? So what you got to do is you got to pull out your little credit card contraption device with a little button at the edge, and you got to make that little snappy sound, bling, so that all your cards pop out. And how come with all these cards in there, you couldn't a couple years ago find at least one of them to build our credits so that when they asked us on this stupid application, what your credit score do, what your credit score look like, I could have said, my Abba not just fancy with it, he added us to his debit cards, his credit cards. Let me tell y'all something, boy. Let me tell y'all something. We have a lot to learn, y'all. We have a lot to learn, y'all. We have a whole lot to learn, y'all. A whole lot. Even though this is Warren Tellersford said, don't worry, brother. Next time you're going to take out the gold case. Let me tell y'all something. I'm that petty and I'm that fancy with it. If I could find a gold one, I guarantee you I'd probably cop it. It's just who I am. People who know me personally could tell you this fool been like this since before we was teenagers. I've always been like that. Always been like that. But anyway, don't be laughing at me, Ashley. Don't be laughing at me. But I want to make something clear, man. These children are smart. Our children are smart, man. And I thought about it, man. I said, yo, we could set our children up for financial success long before it's daytime, just by making healthy decisions. But here is part of the problem with that. Facebook algorithms only showing me Jamal fighting all day. Facebook algorithms only showing me that one video of that white girl, right? What's she doing? She's standing in the lawn looking like this. Y'all know the white lady that looked like she on meth. That one video we keep seeing, that's now an international and global meme. That's all Facebook showing me with their algorithm. So I apologize, baby girls, that Abba did not have access to that information. I'm going to charge it to Facebook. Facebook algorithm is only showing me things that are in their interests. And guess what, y'all? Even though I'm being humorous and even though I'm obviously joking, it's not far-fetched. There's a lot of things that we could be capitalizing on in terms of our financial future and the financial future of our children. But Facebook and Instagram has us so tranced, have us so programmed that we're not focusing on those things that can empower us. That's why I want y'all to look at right now. I want everybody to look at our numbers. Also, family, thumb up the video and share it live. Thumb up the video, family, and share it live. I want everybody to look at the numbers. I want everybody in the chat room to tell me how many people are watching this live stream right now. Let me check the temperature in the room. I want everybody to tell me how many people are watching this live stream right now. You should look and be able to see a count. Right underneath the heading of this video should be a count that tells you how many people are watching. So tell me, somebody tell me how many people are watching this chat. $84, $87. How many of y'all? $87, $87. All right. How many of y'all was on my live stream 2 weeks ago when I was exposing the information about Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh, when the major media mogul Tasha K interviewed me? How many of y'all was on my live? How many of you remember that at one point in the Polite expose, we had 1,300 people live in the chat room on this platform right here, Zion Lex TV. 1,300 people watching live. Then it went up to 1,500. And then it finally got to its highest peak, 1,700 people watching the live stream. And why? Because I was exposing a black man. I've done interviews where I'm focusing on the inspiration of black men and women. I've done interviews and videos where I'm talking about empowering the community, and what you see is 88 to a couple hundred views. But the moment I start talking about who we're going to expose in the black community, my views go crazy. That's also by design. Let me tell y'all something right now. That's also by design. And unfortunately, you're right, Ashley. Don't nobody want to hear nothing positive. Don't nobody want to hear that. All people want to hear is who we going to expose this week. Y'all know all of the major black conscious YouTube platforms and channels. Look at their YouTube views in the last couple of weeks versus their YouTube views a couple of months ago. And notice that it's literally thousands more people watching them now. Why? Because they've been exposing people in the black community. They didn't go viral for exposing Europeans. There was black platforms a couple of months ago, a full year ago, that did videos on Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. It wasn't 1,800 people watching live. It wasn't 2,000 people watching live. Those live streams didn't go viral. But when we began to expose one another, our numbers go through the roof. Good promotion. All these conscious platforms chose the perfect thumbnail, and that's why all the people came streaming to their channels. No, because these algorithms on these major social media outlets are designed to bring information your way, especially in the black community, which is geared at tearing one another down. And that is why you will see thousands of people flock to a Kevin Samuels video. Kevin Samuels is dope. I like some of the things he says. Sometimes he's too hard on women. Sometimes he's obnoxious with men. But these algorithms out here are helping him out. And you got to ask yourself why. You got to ask yourself why. Why is it that conscious information got 300 views after 3 days? But 6ix9ine, ratting on his whole crew, got 3 million views after 3 hours. Y'all hearing me though? I'm talking clear through this microphone. Y'all hearing me though? You got to ask yourself, how is it remotely possible that conscious videos get 1,000 views after 3 days, 2 days? But rappers gunning down other rappers is viral. 3 million views after 2.5 hours. Let me tell y'all something. These algorithms are geared at promoting information, specifically black people, your way, that will keep you at a low vibration. And yes, it is called conditioning, programming, and mind control. And guess what? Many of them feel that they're forced to do it, they're compelled to do it. Why? Because black people are now in the workforce at alarming numbers. Black people now are going to college in alarming numbers. Not alarming to me and you, because that's a good thing. but alarming to the powers that be that don't want to see you uplifted, powerful, and strong. So they got to figure something else out. The projects stop working because y'all coming back to the projects happy. Y'all in the projects happy. The projects brought a lot of destruction in the 80s and the 90s and even the 2000s. But today, the projects, people is putting their whole family through college right in the projects. Y'all hearing me? People are starting startup businesses today right in the projects. Black people are creating Black Wall Street right inside the projects. So now they got to do something different. Because even the projects that we thought for sure would destroy them, because the statistics and the data shows if you put hundreds of people close to each other and they are sharing in common poor education, the lack of education, poverty, the lack of money, broken relationships, the lack of family. What the hell you think is going to happen? Death and destruction. And it worked all throughout the 80s and 90s. And it worked in the early 2000s. But it's no longer really working like that. Because Black people have this ability to take pee and turn that shit into lemonade. Are y'all hearing me? Black people got this weird magic about them where you piss on them and they make lemonade out of that shit. Are you hearing me? So they got to change the plan. Because everything that we implemented to bring about the destruction of these people don't even faze them no more. You got more startup businesses right inside of the ghetto than in a lot of middle class areas that got trickles of Black people. All facts. You know, we look at the Black middle class and we think that they are better than the Black underclass below the poverty line. But did you know there are more entrepreneurs on the Black poverty line than there are in the Black workforce, or i.e. the Black middle class? The Black middle class is thinking, I'm going to show up to the plantation and I'm going to work for massa. Those below the poverty line are thinking, all them doors that was closed on me, I'm a grind, and I'm a grind, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy every one of them motherfucking buildings where the door was closed on me. Don't believe me? Who is P. Diddy? Don't believe me? Who is Master P? Don't believe me? Who is Jay-Z? Don't believe me? Who is Curtis Jackson? All them doors that was closed on me because I was below the poverty line, because I was selling drugs, as Biggie said, to feed my family, because I was out here robbing and stealing so that we could have a plate to eat. And instead of helping me, come on, they built more avenues to see to it that I am destroyed. Most Black people in our community that find true success, it's not because they immersed in the middle class and grandfathered their position to their children and then their children rose up. No, because how many of y'all came from middle class homes? Come on, we're going to have some real talk right now. How many of y'all came from middle class homes where your parents actually did pretty damn well, but you was a fuck up? Oh, I'm gonna talk real to y'all. This ain't Bible talk right now. This is real straight talk right now. How many of y'all, like myself, came from very good middle class families where your parents were doing damn good, but you was a fuck up, and they jobs don't get passed to you. So even though they did great, your dumbass living on the poverty line now. And that is part of the problem with black people and black enterprise. We are not thinking long term. We are so comfortable with short term goals. Going to college and getting a good job is a good thing. If it can pay back all them student loans and leave you with money to have a livelihood, a roof over your head, some clothes on your back, you can feed your family and take some vacations. Yeah, that's a good thing. But here's an even greater thing: owning and establishing your own. Because when you go to college and you get that good job working for somebody else, that shit don't get grandfathered down to your children. You don't get to pass that down. Come on. Y'all don't remember the Breakfast Club? Y'all don't remember when Dame Dash told DJ Envy to his face, "You are selfish." If you are not constantly thinking as a parent, how can I ensure the financial success of my children, which will not come from my current job and position that I can't pass down? How many of y'all work at a job right now that you can't even guarantee that your children could be hired at? Talk to me. We can't even guarantee that our children could find a job that we've been working at 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, goddamn 40 years. 40 years you've been on this job. You got all kinds of benefits. Your credit card case do like this when you snap it. You could take vacations, but guess what your black ass can't do? You cannot pass down that success to your family. You cannot pass down that success to your children. If we're not thinking like this, we in a whole problem and we in motherfucking trouble. This is real talk. Ain't nobody playing with you.
Starting your Locker natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
I wash my natural hair and my face with the same product because natural hair care is easy. Natural skin care is easy. Don't make it hard.
With that being said, with that out the way, let me holler at y'all. Let me tell y'all something real quick in closing. What happened on Facebook is a shadow of what's to come. The dollar is losing its value by the second. We are going into the digital world. We are entering the digital world. The dollar The American dollar, fiat currency on a whole, is almost invaluable globally. We are moving into a more digitized and digital era. Let me just holler at you real quick. I hope you realize that the seat of power changes with currency. Uh oh. Remember, historically, power and authority is connected to resources, which today is money. Who's in control of the resources? Who's in control of the money? When resources change, when the means of trading resources change, you always see shortly thereafter a major change of power, not on a local level, on a global level. Something is brewing that yesterday is just a shadow of. They took away Facebook for a couple of hours, but your black ass could have went outside and had fun with your family. But no, some of our people went insane. They lost it. Facebook and Instagram shut down for just a moment yesterday. And your black ass literally could have called a loved one and caught up on some real me time that you need to be giving your loved ones that usually your Facebook and Instagram take away from. But no, you almost lost your sanity. Let me holler at y'all. Let me tell you something. If we don't begin as a family to get it the fuck together, algorithms ain't your problem. Facebook and Instagram controlling what you see and experience ain't your problem. You're going to have a much bigger problem on your hands. With that being said, y'all, this is Real Talk with your brother Zion Lex, and I'm signing out. Support the platform. If you enjoyed the information, drop us a donation and let us know that you respected what you experienced and felt today. With that being said, y'all, till we meet again, peace.